Elyse explosion, and we're gonna take another collection dive. This time, we are going to go into the wide, wild, weird world of Novi stars. So, Novi stars are a line of doll from the early 2010s made by MGA. And they were basically a direct Monster High competitor trying to like leech off of the popularity and success of like the alternative doll, not unlike Bratzilla's or those weird ones that had two faces.
Mystics.
Oh gosh, those were a choice. But Novi Stars' gimmick is that they were a bit smaller and they were all aliens. And they were pretty cool. Like I said, they were small. You can see from here, this is metallic. So these are like 6 or 7 inches. I don't have measuring tape with me. I do have my hand, and it is shorter than the length of my hand for some of these. Some of the later dolls are a bit taller, but they released, I want to say, like a dozen to 15 different dolls over the course of like a year or two. Now they had fashion packs. Some of them had multiple releases. Like I know that there was a beach line. But ultimately, they just didn't catch on as much as Monster High did. And I think that there's some reasoning behind that. For one, their stands just kind of suck. For two, they aren't as easy to dress up. They have a lot of hair. And at least in the case of May over here, I'm not going to take her hair off, but hers is a wig that falls off. She also doesn't really stand in her stand. But the cute thing about most of these dolls, and I don't know if you guys can see over here, I'll go over them, they all had like a little special gimmick. Some of them lit up, some of them talked, some of them had like liquid in their legs to move around, but they were all different and all really cute. So I'm just gonna do like a little review. So their eyes are inset, they're plastic, and all of the pupils have a different pattern. Like for example, Metallic's over here, her pupils are little skull and crossbones. Also, she talks. Other side.
Yikes! Circuit overload. That's so cosmic fly.
So you can see that they were kind of leaning in with Monster High there to try to do the whole, like, you know, alien language, slangwage thing. But it didn't really pick up. So I'm just gonna review the ones I got. This is Metallic. She don't stand in her stand. She falls over. She's a little roller skater and she don't have a shirt.
Full disclosure, for like literally 15 minutes before we started filming this, both of us tried to shove her in her stand. Her legs are molded in such a way that she cannot physically use that stand.
Yeah. Because
her thighs push her legs apart.
So as you can see, their stands are not like a clip stand, like a normal, like a Monster High stand or anything else. Their stands are feet stands. So their feet are supposed to like embed in the plastic here. It didn't really work too good for poor little May. And I think she's sweet. She was not my first one, but oh yeah, there goes her wig, kind of. And her little dealy boppers tended to like fall out. But
she was so cute,
they
though.
Also, all of them came with pets. And let me see if I can remember which one is hers. I think it is this one, who's a little, like, robot bear. Again, Monster High also started the dolls with pets, kind of really leaned into that. So for a while, it was very popular. Oh gosh, so I'm just gonna try to, like, blitz through these because I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I have 11 dolls over here that I want to show off. There were 4 other ones that were released in the US that I was not able to get, or that I was not interested in at the time. There were the curl and coil dolls that had like little plastic hair that you could twirl around. And then there were they had skins that you could put on and take off. A lot like the they were leaning into the Create a Monster fad for Monster High. But I didn't get those. And then there were another 4 that just, the line got canceled and never got a stateside release as far as I can tell. As far as I can tell, they were only ever released in Russia. which is strange. And I do have a friend online whose husband like went on Russian eBay and got them for her. They're adorable, but they don't exist here to the best of my knowledge. And if they did, let me know in the comments. So the remainder of the first four, we have Universe, and Una's gimmick is that her legs are liquidy, so they kind of
filled with glitter.
And filled with glitter. So they kind of like, I think they called it like a star shower or something like that. She also has a hard time fitting into her stand, but does it a little better because she's got pegs in her feet. Then we had Aroma, and Ari's gimmick was that she was scented. And right now she just smells like she's been in a house with a lot of incense. It's weird. I don't remember what she smelled like. I think it was strawberries at some point. Not any longer. But her hair was really cool. She had like the big afro puff kind of hair. And the long, long ponytail that went all the way down her body. Her body is actually glittered, which I thought was pretty cool. And she's also the only one with a space helmet. Bye. Then, last from that release, we had Ally Electric. And Ally was my favorite, not just because she was pink, but because, and I don't know if you guys can see this too on camera, she lights up. So she has a backpack with a battery in it that kind of cycles through a light in her legs. And she is a embedded glitter plastic in her legs, but they're hard plastic and they don't pose, which was another problem. When people were so used to dolls like Monster High and Ever After High,
and even Barbie,
having like a lot more mobility, this wasn't the best. Most of the time, all you could really move was their arms. Next up, we have Cyclops, and she is a Cyclops and her eye lights up. I liked her because she, a lot like Ari, had the glitter and she was like a dark purple pink. It was also really hard to like change their clothes because they were so small and on such a small scale. It probably wasn't that easy for people with small hands either. Next, we had, okay, so there was a bunch that came out all at the same time. And this is Tula Toned. Her gimmick, as we can see, when we flip her upside down, she's got goo in her legs again. So she has like the blue and the purple. This has faded over time. It has definitely discolored. The blue is still pretty vibrant. The pink was a lot more like pink. It is not so much anymore, but I really liked her fashion. She has this little like zipper detail that isn't actually a zipper but looks like it. It just uses like the clasp from a necklace to emulate it. Really cute. And she's also got two-toned eyes, which adorable. From that same release, we also had Mally Tasker, and her deal is she's just got a bunch of arms. And this was strange because her arms are made out of like, they're bendy. They're very bendy and elastic. Unlike the rest of any of their bodies. And her eyes are cool because they're like split pupils, so they're two different colors at the same time. I really liked her. I liked her side. She actually, now that like I'm reflecting on it now, her hair is a little Billie Eilish. So I wonder if she was inspired because she might have had these as a kid. I doubt it, but that'd be cool. Side note, have you guys heard the Billie Eilish like Bond song yet? I like it. Karen didn't really dig it too much. That's how we roll. Okay, next we have these two, and this is Anne Arctic, and she, a lot like the others, she also has goo in her legs with the glitter. She's a lot like Universe in that sense. But her counterpart was Furna, and she lights up, which, yeah, there we go. So her like crown lights up, which was a weird choice.
So like I always got major Snow Miser, Heat Miser vibes off of those.
That would be a really cute, like if we did like doll music videos, that would be cute. Then the last round of dolls that I was able to find were
literally that were released stateside.
First off, I do need to give a little shout out to
Nita Light.
Nita Light.
Or Nita Light.
She was the Playset exclusive, and I do have the playset that she came in because I literally, at the time, eBay was feral, and So she had this little thing where it like lit up and she like rotated. She was like a nightlight, which was cute, but
it makes the most awful noise.
yeah, it's really grating. Her face glows in the dark, and she's also the only one who wears pants. So I really liked her. I wish she'd gotten like a more widespread release without the playset.
Well, remember what's her face? Cosmic Girl from
Astronova from Monster High also was a playset exclusive doll. Funny thing about that. But she also doesn't have a stand in that sense. But the last two from the stateside release were, you can see it was a little different because they have different color stands. This is Mimi Mirai's, and you might not be able to see it, but her eyes spin, hypnotize. And the last one, and probably my favorite of these later dolls, is Vera Tabray. And Vera didn't really have like much of a gimmick, but she is a skeleton doll, which I think she might have even come out before Skeleta Calaveras. The one issue with poor Vera is that over time the clear plastic of her hands have become discolored just from age. So she has yellowed a little bit, and that kind of sucks. But ultimately, like, they were a fun little line. I believe they were discontinued in like, I want to say like late 2013, early 2014. There were about 4 dolls that got announced but never released stateside. There was also styling heads that never showed up. 4 dolls that preliminary sculpts were leaked but never made it into the mainstream. And it's a shame because I think these are really cute. But ultimately, as a playline toy, these, I can see why they didn't take off. It's not unexpected as to why they ended up the way they did. But for a beautiful little time in the early 2010s, we had a cute little line of alien dolls, and I'm happy to have the ones that I do. So if you guys have any questions about any of the dolls that I showed off today, let me know in the comments down below. If you know where I can find those last 4, hit me up. I would be genuinely curious to find out. But I think that's going to do it for this particular collection dive. If there's anything else that you think I might collect that you'd like to see, let me know in the comments down below. I haven't done one of these since I think we did the Haunted Mansion collection dive, and I will link that at the end of this video. My social media links are in the description below. If you'd like to see more from my channel, we are so close to 1,000 subscribers. Hit the little subscribe button, click the little bell, because if you want to stay in the know, the bell's the way to go. Likes and comments, let me know to keep doing what I'm doing. And last minute question of the day, if you stuck around this long, what's your favorite discontinued doll line? Let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.